Hello everyone. One of my friends watched my video, if you think you're an empath or a sensitive person, and he said, it was a good video, my friend Upendra, because, but you cover a lot of things very quickly. He said, there's a lot of things that you could probably go into a lot of detail that will help a lot of people become more aware and help them tune in or zone in on certain skills to help them overall in life. So I'm going to come out with a series of different videos that will help you if you are an empath. Being empathic and sensitive is not the same thing as being an empath. So some people who are narcissists could think they're empaths because they haven't been diagnosed yet. It's not the same thing at all. So I'm going to come out with some videos that pretty much isolate certain topics that are going to help you live a more meaningful and peaceful life. Because also as an empath, you have to have strong boundaries. Because if you don't, everybody's going to just pretty much use and abuse you. It doesn't matter with relationships or friendships or at work. And these things are tough to deal with. So I'm going to cover a lot of different things. We'll do some exercises and some meditation and sound stuff to help you start to become more aware and of your feelings and other things, so you can start to work with it. And there's a lot of things that empaths do when they're unaware, and that could easily be turning to substances to get themselves away from feeling so much. It could be isolating yourself. It could be just a number of things. I didn't write anything down, so this will be the reason why I'll start a series of different things. But once you start to realize this is who you are, and this is your makeup, and this is how you were built, you can learn certain types of things that is going to help you along the way. Like, I just always thought I was an outcast and very different since I was a kid, and I didn't know what this was. I was just like, well, I'm just weird, Even though I fit in and I was popular and I played all the sports and I did everything, I just felt I never fit in. So I remember years ago when I was going to Japan for the Pride Fighting Championships, I bought a book for the flight because it was a long flight, and it was called The Art of Happiness. And there's a psychologist pretty much asking the Dalai Lama a bunch of questions. And as I was reading it, every time that I read the questions answered from the Dalai Lama, I was like, wow, I feel the same way. These are the answers I would give. So from there, I always studied Zen Buddhism because of martial arts, but Tibetan Buddhism is very different. And then I started to study other things just like Jesus and the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita and all these things, and I felt very connected to a lot of these things. So I'm going to cover a bunch of things that are going to help you along the way, especially if you are an empath. That's going to help you deal with situations, with people, with boundaries, with just being more in tune with your gift of sensing things and working with it, where it's going to help you just live a more peaceful, happy, functional, and purposeful life. And it has nothing to do with all of a sudden becoming some extrovert or something like that. So I'm going to come out with some different videos that are going to cover different topics that are going to help people to realize and understand certain things, where they become more aware of just how they are built and how they pick up things and how to work with those innate skills and instincts that you have. That's going to help you along the way navigating through life and your spiritual journey. Like one thing Swami Satchidananda used to say is that just in general, yoga should help you be more easeful, peaceful, and useful. So when you start to learn certain skills as an empath, these are the things you'll gain also, whether you do yoga or not. And this will help make life better. Because the thing is, as an empath, you feel a lot, you give unconditionally, and you end up doing too much for other people and not taking care of yourself. And this is something that could be toxic for you also. And if you're around the wrong people you could get, easily very drained, and then all of a sudden you don't understand why you have headaches, why you have stomach issues. And I'm going to cover a lot of things to help you understand and see that, where it could help you along your journey. And everybody's journey is different. So you could consider it a spiritual journey, but this will help you navigate, especially if you're an empath. An empath is a sensitive person, but so are narcissists, so are borderline person, people with borderline, so are people with other things too. But it's a very different thing. They're sensitive because of afraid of abandonment or defending themselves in a way where they're always on attack mode or high alert. As a empath, it's not for any of those reasons. You just tune into a lot of things, and it's usually, you can't help it for the most part, especially when you don't know, but everything is done from an altruistic place. It's not from a selfish place. So you could be a dark empath, that's a different thing, but usually those are narcissists, just not being truthful to themselves that they're narcissists. So I'm just going to cover different things and then talk about just one thing at a time, because I made the video that I made earlier about being an empath. I covered a lot of things, but not in great detail at all. So I'll make a little video series covering things in detail to really help people to realize who they are along this path. And if the person happens to be an empath, these will be tools to help you with life and make things just easier and more manageable. Being a sensitive person or a highly sensitive person doesn't make you an empath. Being a compassionate person doesn't make you an empath. Being a highly sensitive person doesn't make you an empath. You're not created, you're born this way. And you know that since you're a kid, but some people don't understand it. So I'm going to put stuff together in different series of things to help you navigate and understand it, where you could get the most out of life. And you could only give from a place of abundance. So if you're always drained from people that are toxic or whatever, this will teach you how to put up boundaries and say no and do a lot of other things, and to have techniques and other things, whether it's meditation or breathing or affirmations. There's so many things that I'm going to cover for sure. And there's a bunch of books out there that are helpful too, and I'll cover those in the future. So this is something that my friend Empath said, he recommended from the last video I made. And the video is probably like, are you an empath or just a sensitive person? So this is going to pretty much build up off of there and go into more detail with things to help people out there, because some people just aren't aware, but they could feel certain things and they're almost feel like either lost with it. So I hope this stuff helps in the future, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you for following me. I really appreciate everybody that tunes in, that leaves comments, if you like it, if you don't like it, just hit that like button, whether it's a thumbs up or down, it doesn't matter to me, because I'm just putting stuff out there to help people. If you have questions about anything, leave a question in the comments. It might help me understand something more to explain things a little bit better. So your input helps me put out the right stuff also. A lot of people are watching videos, but nobody's leaving any type of comments or feedback. So it'll help me navigate to help you. All right, so thank you, everybody.